Hello, we are going to be doing painted monsters today, and I made a really cool video and I put it on a special app and it didn't work, so I got to redo it. So here's the one that I did with you a while ago, but like I said, the video didn't work. What you're going to do, our artist first of all was James DeRosso, and that's why we're doing monsters, and he's super cool, and I told you that he emailed me, and so this is his sketch. And the only requirement that you have for this is that you have to use this tape to trace to make an eye. So you're going to have your paper, and I have several. I have this one that I did. I can show you this one that I'm going to show you how to paint in just a second. And then I have another one. Now we've talked about balance. That means where you fill the entire paper in. And see how my eyes are sneaking off the page, okay? It has more of a cool effect if you have where it's gone off the side of the page. Okay, so you don't see everything, which is great. So you can, here I just traced two eyeballs. You can put your eyeball wherever you want. You can trace, I didn't trace this, but you can trace this, you can practice first. I have another sheet that has all kinds of monsters. If you need to sketch first, you can. But all I did on this is I had to trace, like I said, this is the inside of the circle. You can use the inside or the outside. And there's his three eyes on this one. He has a mouth. And this has just one big eye. So we talked about the balance. I used a black oil pastel. You're going to use a black. I like black. You can use whatever color you want, but you need to be aware that it's kind of smeary. So I use black, and I'm going to show you how to do this. You're going to have it, if you have where paper is sticking out, where you're going to go on the edge, I would put a scrap paper underneath it. Use that oil pastel, and we just have the old ones we're using. It's no big deal. And you see, I went off the edge. That's okay. And I'm outlining. Outlining is wherever you drew with your pencil, you draw with your oil pastel. So just be aware it might be smeary. You might need to turn your paper around. So here's my project. Now we have wonderful new watercolors, and they're liquid watercolors. You do not add water to these. They're already a liquid. You can see them moving around in there. What I do ask is you're going to share these with the person next to you. Only have, one cap open at a time. So if this person's using turquoise and your partner's using violet, then just have those open. You are going to only need your water to clean your brush. We talked about before about how you hold a brush, not all the way down at the end. This is your barrel. You don't want to leave it in the water. These are your bristles. Brush towards you. Okay, these are all the things we've talked about, but I want to remind you. So you're going to hold it back like this. I'm going to open up the... trying to think. Let's open up the turquoise. So let's do, maybe I don't want to do the turquoise. Maybe I want to do the red. I'm just going to start with the tongue. So I'm going to do the red. And when you're using these, I'm lifting them up to show you. You can use a bigger brush. You can use a smaller brush. It's totally what you want to do. You can have both at your table. So I have it open. When you dip it in there, just dip it in there and you can brush on the edge. Please be aware you don't want to do it like this because it'll splatter everywhere. So you dip it in, and I was just lifting that up so you can see, and I'm going to do the tongue. Now I have an extra paper beside it, and I'm going to brush how, boys and girls, couldn't say that, towards me. And I talked about, and I just go right into the cup. I don't get any water, okay? And there's the red. It's nice. These colors are so vibrant. That's why I really love the, I really like the liquid watercolors. Now there's something else that I want to do red, so I would come up here and keep my brush red, and I'm turning my paper around. Maybe I want to do the inside of this top eyeball. And I go and I'm brushing towards me. See how I'm holding my brush? And I have lots of paint there. I don't need to go back and get more. I'm just going to finish this, go around. You can outline it with your paintbrush, nice and smooth, okay? Now that I'm done with the red, then I would clean it, and I do not have paper towels, so give me just a second here. So I would get my paintbrush, clean it, check it on the edge, still has some red, check it on the edge, dry it, check it, still has red. Be very careful that you don't ruin your picture or somebody next to you. Okay, now if you're at the end, we'll pretend we're done, I would reshape and put it up in the cup, just like that. Because you don't want to ever leave your brushes in the water. So I have, look, still red. Red stays on there pretty good. Okay. Now, the inside of the mouth, maybe, oh, I know what I wanted to talk to you about. If it has a G on it, then that means it has glitter. So I'm going to close back up this red so it doesn't dry up, untwist the blue, very carefully, and I'm holding on the container, take and Stir it around. It's been sitting there for a little bit, so you might want to stir these around. Take the brush on the edge, get off as much as I can, and then maybe I want to do, I don't know, maybe I'm going to start doing the sky. This G means it has glitter. Now I'm hoping that that glitter hasn't settled, but what I wanted to let you know is the glitter is kind of thicker, so I'm really having to stir this around. There! So make sure you stir it pretty good, because otherwise you won't see the glitter. And paper is made of fibers. If you sit here and keep going over and over in the same spot, it's going to mess up your paper and you're going to have a hole. And you do not want to have a hole in your monster. Okay? Now I come back in, and you notice I am not adding water because it would water it down. I've already taken, it's a thicker kind of paint, but the glitter one is especially, and then I've added water to it. And if you run out, I will come around and fill up your little cup for you. And you see how this oil pastel is acting as a barrier? And then when you're done with these, they will go on the drying rack, and I'm brushing towards me, and I just keep dipping in. And see how the colors are so cool and vibrant? And I need to stop so I can talk to you about some more things. So here's a James DeRosso monster. And see how I'm using my pinky so I don't get my hand in that. And you can get a smock if you want. You don't have to push up your sleeves. So I'm going to get to this part and I'm going to stop. So now I'm done. I'm going to clean my paintbrush. Like I said, there's lots of paint. So I've got to make sure it's all clean. Take it on the paper towel. Oh, it's clean. Then I'm going to reshape it very carefully, and then it goes up in the cup. When you are done with these, they're going to need to go on the drying rack, and you're going to need to get a folder to put underneath, and we'll probably have two side by side, and I can help you with that. Start at the bottom, work your way up, and I wanted to show you, if you can see the glitter, look how cool they are. And I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. After mine was dry, I went back in. I did leave it white, and I'm like, I want to add some colored pencil. So you can add colored pencil if you want. So have fun making your monsters.